Hello friends, I welcome you again in the learning tour classes. Friends, we will continue our earlier discussion on history previous year questions which are asked in UPPCS prelims examinations.
Friends, this is the channel of The Learning Tour and the URL is youtube.com/@The Learning Tour. Friends, इस चैनल पे आपको करंट अफेयर्स से रिलेटेड वीडियोस मिल जाएंगे। उसके अलावा यूपीपीसीएस प्रीलिम्स के प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पे भी सब्जेक्ट वाइज वीडियोस मिल जाएंगे। Friends, if you want PDF and PPT material, you just have to comment your email ID in the comment section. Now we will start our discussion. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and other as reason. Assertion क्या है? The Mughal Empire was originally a military state. Reason: the vitality of the development of the central government system dependent on its military power. Here, assertion as well as reason both are correct. And reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. So A is our answer. मिडाइवल टाइम के जितने भी एम्पायर थे दे वर मोस्टली मिलिट्री स्टेट. मुगल एम्पायर एस्टेब्लिश हुआ था मिलिट्री पावर पे. एज यू नो दैट इट वाज पानीपत वॉर 1526 जहां बाबर और इब्राहिम लोदी की लड़ाई हुई थी एंड बाबर वाज द विक्टोरियस साइड. So all empire was established on the military power and central government का जो development था, I mean vitality, expansion, all was dependent on the military power. Next question: in which state of India is the Harappan civilization site Mandi situated? Mandi is in Uttar Pradesh. Option D is correct here. So Mandi is a village in Muzaffarnagar district of UP. Next question: Statue of Peace is situated in which state of India? So Statue of Peace is in Rajasthan. It is in Rajasthan. So Statue of Peace is the statue of Jain Acharya Sri Vijay Vallabh Surishwar. Sri Vijay Vallabh Surishwar. Next question: which one of the following is not correctly matched? So here we have ruler and we have state here. Rana Hamir was the ruler of Mewar. This is correct. Rana Chunda was ruler of Marwar. So this is also correct. Malik Raja Faruqi, he was the ruler of Khandesh. Yes, it is also correct. Malik Sarwar Khwaja Jahan. So here it is given Malwa. No. So he was Malik Sarwar Khwaja Jahan was founder of Sarki dynasty, and Sarki dynasty was founded in where? Was founded in Jaunpur. The ruler of Jaunpur, not Malwa. So option D is not correctly matched. That's why option D is our answer. So we'll move to next one. Consider the following events and arrange them into chronological order. Sarda Act. Sarda Act came into 1929. Nehru Report, it came into 1928. Constitution of Simon Commission, this has been made in 1927, and Simon Commission came to India in 1928 but constituted in 1927. Dandi March started in 1930. So in this way, which option is correct? Option A is correct here. So Constitution of Simon Commission, this is the first. Then in 1928 Nehru Report, then in 1929 Shada Act, and in 1930 Dandi March. So here you can see that Constitution of Simon Commission 1927 came to India in 1928, Nehru Report 1928, and in Nehru Report they demanded dominion status. Sharda Act was against the child marriage, and Dandi March that started from 12th March and ended on 6th April 1930. Next one, at which place did Raja Ranjit Singh set up the Adalat-e-Ala? Adalat-e-Ala कहाँ पे सेट किया था राजा रंजीत सिंह ने? So it was set in Lahore. It was set in Lahore. Next question. The name of the foreign journalist who reported about Satyagraha at Dharsana Salt Works was. So it was Webb Miller. It was Webb Miller. Little bit explanation. Following the conclusion of Salt March to Dandi, Mahatma Gandhi chose a non-violent raid of Dharsana salt work in Gujarat. And Gandhiji arrested on 21st May 1930, and Sarojini Naidu then led 2,500 marchers on the Dharsana salt work. And this incident recorded by American journalist Webb Miller, and this prompted an international outcry against the British policy in India. It was because at Dharsana, so marchers were following the non-violent means and they doing the satyagraha. But British government in India, they adopted violent and merciless mean to suppress this movement. Next question. Which one of the following pairs is not correctly matched? एक साइड तीर्थंकर्स दिए गए हैं, दूसरी साइड निर्वाण प्लेस. ऋषभनाथ अष्टापद, this is correctly matched. Vasupujya Samid Shikhar, no. Vasupujya and the Nirvana place was Champapuri. Neminath Urjayanta, this is correct. Mahavira Pavapuri, this is also correct. So B is not correct, that's why B is our answer. Here we can see Rishabdev Astapad, Vasupujya Champapuri, Dharmanath and Kuntunath, and Nirvana place was Samed Shikhar, Niminath Girnar, Mahavira Pavapuri, and others. They have taken the Nirvana at Shikharji. Next question. The book Fawad ul Fawad is the record of the conversation of Sheikh Nizamuddin Aulia, and it was compiled by. So this was compiled by Amir Hassan Sizi. So A is our answer. So this is factual question, Fawad ul Fawad. So this is compiled by Amir Hassan Sizi. Next question is, in the context of Indian history, which of the following statements are correct regarding vacuum satyagraha? So vacuum satyagraha was a satyagraha against untouchability and caste discrimination. This is correct. Mahatma Gandhi participated in this satyagraha. This is also correct. So C is our answer here, both 1 and 2. Vacuum satyagraha took place during 1924 to 25, and it was against the caste discrimination. At Vacuum Mahadev temple, there was a board denying the entry of lower caste. So this Satyagraha was led by leaders like Izawa leader T.K. Madhavan, K.P. Keswa Menon, and K. Kelappan. Erode Venkatappa Ramaswamy, E.V.R. Ramaswamy, also known as Periyar or Thantai Periyar, played a crucial role in this movement. So he mobilized volunteers, delivering speeches, enduring imprisonment, earning the title Vacuum Virar. Vacuum Virar. Now the movement gained more power when Mahatma Gandhi reached Vacuum in March 1925 and held discussions with the leaders of various caste groups. So in this way we can say Mahatma Gandhi was also kind of associated with this Vacuum Satyagraha. Next question is, in which year the book Poverty and Un-British Rule in India was published? So it was published in 1901 AD. So B is our correct answer. So this is written by Dadabhai Naorozi. Dadabhai Naorozi. Next one, which one of the following acts of the British India strengthened the Viceroy's authority over his executive council by substituting portfolio or departmental system for corporate functioning? So this was Indian Council Act 1861. Indian Council Act 1861 passed during the reign of Lord Canning. During the reign of Lord Canning. Next question. Ministry of Culture, Government of India, as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, celebrated the birth anniversary of the Shaheed Ram Prasad Bismil in June 2021 at which one of the following places in Uttar Pradesh? So it was celebrated in Shahjahanpur. 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 So Bismil was born at Shahjahanpur, and he was the part of Manpuri conspiracy, took place in 1918, and Kakuri conspiracy 1925. Next one, who was the founder of Asiatic Society of Bengal? So it was Sir William Jones, the founder of Asiatic Society of Bengal. Sir William Jones, a British lawyer and Orientalist, established the Asiatic Society of Bengal on January 15, 1784. So the goal was to establish this society was to promote the Oriental studies. Next one, arrange the following foreign travelers in chronological order of their arrival in India. William Hawkins, so he came during the reign of Jahangir in 1608 to 1611. Ralph Fitch came during the Akbar's reign around 1583. Then Sir Thomas Roe. Thomas Roe came in Jahangir's reign, and it was during 1615 to 1690. Nicholas Downton, he also came to Jahangir time, and it was during 1614-15. So in this way, second, Ralph Fitch came first in the given options. So in this way, our option A is correct here. Ralph Fitch 1583, William Hawkins 1608-1611, Nicholas Downton 1614 to 15. Then Sir Thomas Road, 1615 to 1690. Next question is, who among the following was not an early member of the Naujawan Sabha formed in 1926 AD? Naujawan Sabha formed by Bhagat Singh in 1926, and the famous leaders were Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, Chabil Das, Sukhdev, Rajguru, Yashpal, Jayapal, etc. So here in the given options, Ambika Chakravarti was not the early member of Naujawan Sabha, which was formed in 1926. Next question. With reference to the Satvahana rulers, which of the following statements are true? First one, the Satvahana kings were the nurturers of Prakrit language. This is correct. Second, public aspects of the arts got more encouragement during the Satvahana period. Both statements are correct here. Little bit about Satvahana dynasty. Satvahana dynasty formed by Simuka in late 2nd century. The official language of Satvahana was Prakrit. Next question is, who among the following was not associated with the Kanpur conspiracy case of 1924? So it was M.A. Ansari. Some communists named M.N. Roy, Muzaffar Ahmad, S.A. Dange, Shaukat Usmani, Nalini Gupta, Singarvelu Chettiar, Ghulam Hussain were caught by the government and were tried for conspiring against the government, and the charge on them was to deprive the King Emperor of his sovereignty of British India by complete separation of India from imperialistic Britain by a violent revolution. So in this Kanpur conspiracy, M.A. Ansari was not the part. Next question. Who among the following never presided a session of Indian National Congress? So it was Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Lala Lajpat Rai presided in 1920 Calcutta Special INC session. Gopal Krishna Gokhale presided in 1905 Banaras session. Subhash Chandra Bose presided 2 INC sessions in Haripura 1938 and Tripuri 1939. Next question is, the rulers of which of the following dynasty have been called as Shri Parvatiya in Puranas? Shri Parvatiya किन्हें कहा जाता था? So it was Ichwakus dynasty को Shri Parvatiya कहा जाता था, and the meaning of Shri Parvatiya is forester. Meaning is forester. Next one, the officials agronomi, and they were during the Mauryan age and were related with which of the following field? So these officers agronomi, they were related with the construction of the roads. So option C is correct here. Next one, match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below. List 1 contains Mahajanpadas and list 2 contains capitals of these Mahajanpadas. Now we have to match. A. Matsya, and the capital of Matsya was Virat Nagar. So A with 3. Kuru, and the capital of Kuru was Indraprastha. Sursena, and the capital was Mathura. Asmak, the capital of Asmak was Potana, or you can say Pratishthan. So in this way, A 3 B 4 C first and D second. 3 4 1 2. Now here we will see all the 16 Mahajanpadas, their capital and their modern location. Anga, and the capital was Champa. This is currently near the Munger and Bhagalpur region. Magad, and the capital was Girivraj or Rajgir. Location, modern location is Gaya or Patna. Kashi, and the capital was Kashi. It is the capital of Banaras city. Vassa, Kosambi, modern location is Allahabad. Kosala, Shravati, capital was Shravati, and it is eastern Uttar Pradesh. Sursena, capital is Mathura. It is the modern location is Mathura. Panchala, the capital was Ahichetra, or you can say Kampil, and the modern location is western Uttar Pradesh. Kuru, capital Indraprasth, modern location Meerut and southeast Haryana. Matsya, Viratnagar, and the modern location is Jaipur. Chedi, and the capital was Sothivati or Banda, and the modern location is Bundelkhand. Avanti, the capital was Ujjain or Mahismati. This is in Madhya Pradesh and Malwa region. Gandhar, so we know that Gandhar, the capital was Takshila. This is in Pakistan, Rawalpindi, current days. Kamboj, and the capital was Poonch. Currently it is Rajouri and Hajra of Kashmir region. Asmaka, the capital was Pratishthan or Paithan or Potan, and this is near the bank of Godavari river. Vajji, the capital was Vaishali, and this is near Vaishali region. Malla, the capital was Kushinara, and this is near Devariya and UP. Next one, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and other as a reason. Assertion is we have much more information about Cholas than their predecessors, and the reason is given. The Chola rulers adopted the practice of having inscriptions written on the walls of the temples, giving a historical narrative of their victories. Here, assertion as well as reason both are correct, and the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. So in this way, our answer is A. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. So history का evidence कैसे मिलता है? If something is written, then it's become very easy to come to know about the history of that period. So Chola rulers, they have adopted this practice of encryption, and they used to write on the walls of the temple, and that's why the information about them we have more compared to their predecessors. Next one, which of the following Indian archaeologists first visited Bhimbetka caves and discovered prehistoric significance of its rock painting? So it was V.S. Wakankar. V.S. Wakankar. Option C is correct here. Moving to next one. Match list 1 with list 2 and answer using the codes given below the list. List 1 is Harappan site. List 2 is the Union Territory or State of India. Balu. Balu is in Kaithal, and that is in Haryana. Manda is in Jammu and Kashmir. Padri, that is also known as Kerala Nudharo, and that is in Gujarat. Hulas is in Uttar Pradesh. Hulas is in Uttar Pradesh. In this way, 3, 2, 4, 1. 3, 2, 4, 1 is the correct answer. Next one. Consider the following statements and select the correct answer using the quotes given below. So पहला statement क्या है? The Sun Temple of Multan is mentioned by Vincent, Abu Zaid, Al-Masoudi and Al-Baruni. This is correct. Sun Temple of Multan is mentioned by all these historians or travelers. Second statement, the pilgrimage of Sambalpur was associated with the sun worship. This is also correct. So here both are factual and both statements are correct. In this way our answer is C. Both A and 2 are correct. Now next one. Who of the following was sent as a representative of laborers by Indian government in the Washington Summit of ILO in the year 1919? ILO, International Labour Organization, and who was sent as an Indian representative there? So it was N.M. Joshi. N.M. Joshi.
Next question. With reference to the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle 1748, which of the following statements are correct? The First Carnatic War was ended. The English got back Madras. So here both are correct. So this treaty ended the War of Austrian Succession, and this First Carnatic War, this was fought during this time 1746 to 1748, and this was between the British East India Company and French East India Company. Next one, match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the quotes given below. Indian Arm Act that came into 1878. Royal Title Act came into 1876. Indian High Court Act that came into 1861, and Indians Divorce Act that came into 1869. Next one, match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer. List 1, this is the civilization, and list 2, the dominant occupation. India's valley civilization. So this civilization of mostly based on the urban development or urban settlement. Later Vedic society, that was agrarian society. Rigvedic society was pastoral society, and medieval period, there we have seen the landlordism. Next one, who had merged Sikkim in India? So Lord Hastings has merged Sikkim in India. So Lord Hastings was the Governor General of India during 1813 to 23, and Gurkha War was fought in his tenure 1814 to 16, and in Gurkha War Treaty of Sugarli that happened, and with this treaty Gurkhas they lost Sikkim, the territory of Humayun and Garhwal, and most of the lands of the Terai they lost to British India. Next one. Who among the following leaders did not participate in the second roundtable conference? So in second roundtable conference that happened in 1931, so many leaders from different organization and different sections participated in this round table conference. In the given options, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he did not participate in this roundtable conference. Next one, match list 1 with list 2. List 1, Jajmani, there are some rituals or you can say pratha, Jajmani pratha that was prevalent in North India. It is still prevalent in North India. Bara Balut, that was in Maharashtra. Mirasi, this was in Tamil Nadu. And Adade, it was followed in Karnataka. So this will be our answer 1, 3, 4 and 2. Next one, match list 1 with list 2 and say the correct answer. List 1 contains the book's name and list 2 writer. The story of my deportation. So this is written by Lala Lajpat Rai. Gita Rahasya, this is written by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. A Nation in Making, written by Surendranath Banerjee. India Wins Freedom, this is a book of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. Next question, who among the following established a modern armory in Dindigal, Mysore in 1755? So he was Hyder Ali. He was Hyder Ali. Next question, given below are two statements, one is assertion and other is reason. Assertion, the British government introduced different land revenue system in different parts of India. So this is correct. Reason, it led to create different classes in Indian peasantry. This is also correct. And this was the reason British government they wanted to create the different classes or I mean different section in the society. That's why they have adopted this revenue system. So reason is the correct explanation. So A is our correct answer. Now the permanent settlement in Bengal that came into 1793 by Lord Cornwallis, Rayotwadi system in Madras and Bombay Presidency 1820 by Thomas Munro, Mahalwari system in parts of northern India that implemented in 1822 by Hall Mackenzie. By Hall Mackenzie. Next one, consider the following text and arrange them in chronological order. Fatwa-e-Jahandari. So this is written by Ziauddin Barni and this is written in 14th century. 14th century. Prithviraj Raso by Chandar Bardai that is written in 1235 CE. Kitabul Hind that is a book of Al-Baruni written in 1030 CE. Tabakat-e-Nasiri that is Minhaj-e-Siraz book and that is written in 1260. So in this way D is our correct answer 3241. Kitabul Hind in 1030, then it is Prithvi Raj Raso 1235, Tabakat in Nasiri in 1260, and Fatwa-e-Jahandari in 14th century. Next one, who was the ruler of Golconda when Aurangzeb seized the fort of Golconda in 1687? So it was Abul Hasan Qutub Shah. So Abul Hasan Qutub Shah was the ruler of Golconda when Aurangzeb seized the fort of Golconda in 1687. Next one, Akbar tried to fix the age of marriage for boys and girls. This is correct. Akbar gave freedom to girls to marry at their own will and not under the parental pressure. This is also correct. So both A and B, 1 and 2 are correct here. So C is our correct answer. Marriage age that was fixed by Akbar, that is 14 for girls and 16 for boys. Next one, match list 1 with list 2. So list 1 we have officers, list 2 we have assigned duty. Divanetan. Divanetan was the officer for who look after the jagirs and salary. Mustarfi. Mustarfi was the officer, you can say the auditor, examine the income expenditure of the state. So Mustarfi is a kind of auditor of the state. Then Mushrif. Mushrif was the officer who look after the office. So he was the superintendent of the office. Vaknavis. Vaknavis were the officer who maintained a proper list of mains, events and permans. So they were the subordinate officers during Mughal era. Diwan-e-Khalisa, this is officer who looked after the land of emperor. Diwan-e-Tan, officer who looked after the salaries of the officers and their jagirs. Mus- Mustarfi is the auditor general. Vaknavis were the officer in charge of correspondence and records, and Musrif were the office superintendents. Next question, which of the following is not correctly matched? Sheikh Monuddin Chishti Ajmer, this is correct. Sheikh Burhanuddin Garib Daulatabad, this is also correct. Sheikh Muhammad Hussaini from Gulbarga, this is also correct. Sheikh Nizamuddin Aulia, Multan, no. So Nizamuddin Aulia is from Delhi. So in Delhi also you can see there is a station, railway station name Nizamuddin railway station. So he was from Delhi. So this is incorrect, that's why D is our answer. Next one, which of the following Mughal period canal was constructed by restoring the Rajwa of Firoz Shah? So this is Sahab Nahar. Sahab Nahar. Next one, who among the following was the author of the book Kitab-e-Nauras? So this is written by Ibrahim Adil Shah II, and he was the Sultan of Bijapur. Next one, which of the following is not correctly matched? Dam, copper coin, this is correct. Desai, revenue officer or revenue collector, that is also correct. Diwan, revenue chief of province, this is also correct. Jarib, so Jarib was a traditional measurement unit. This was not a type of tax, but it was a measurement unit. So this is not correctly matched, that's why this is our answer. Next one, we have to match list 1 with list 2. So we have writers and we have the books. Mullah Daud, he has written the Chandayan, this is correct. Damodar Kavi has written this Padmavati Katha. Somnath has written this Rag Vibodh. Amir Khusro has written this Ashika. So this is 1342. Next one. Who among the following king had given the patronage to the Tansen before the Akbar? So it was Raja Ramchandra Singh of Bhata. So he had given the patronage before the Akbar to the Tansen. Match list 1 with list 2. List 1 we have ruling dynasties. List 2 we have capitals. Pallava, their capital was Kanchi. Pandya, their capital were Madurai. Yadavas, their capital were Devgiri. Kaktiya, their capital were Warangal. So this is 2, 3, 4, 1. Next one, arrange the following monuments in chronological order and select the correct answer from the below. Rabia Durrani tomb, that is in Aurangabad. This was built in 1678. Sher Shah Suri tomb, that is in Sasaram during 1540 to 45. Humayun's tomb, that is in Delhi, built in 1570. Atala Mosque, Jaunpur, that is built in 1408 during Ibrahim Sarki dynasty. So in this way, 4, second, 3, 1, B is our correct answer. Next one, with reference to Mansabdari system, which of the following statements is are correct? Mansabdari system was official nobility of a state started by Akbar. This is correct. Mansabdari was hereditary. No, this was not hereditary. So this is wrong. So one is only correct here. Next one, match list 1 with list 2. Treaty of Allahabad. So that was after the Battle of Buxar between Robert Clive and Shah Alam II. So this was done in 1765. Treaty of Mangalore. So this is between British East India Company and Tipu Sultan after the Second Anglo-Mysore War, and this was done in 1784. Treaty of Salbai. This was between British East India Company and Maratha after the First Anglo-Maratha War, and this was done in 1782. Treaty of Madras. This was between British East India Company and Hyder Ali after the First Anglo-Mysore War, and this was done in 1769. 1769. So in this way, our answer is 4213. 4213. Next one, arrange the following events in chronological order, and we have to select the correct answer. Pune Pat, that was performed in 1932. Gandhi Irwin Act, that agreement came into 1931. Cripps Mission came into India into 1942. Civil disobedient movement is started in 1930. So in this way, our answer will be 4213. 4213. Next one, with reference to civil administration in 1905, which of the following statement is are correct? Lord Curzon decided to rearrange the provincial boundaries. This is correct. So we have seen that 1904, the Bang Bhang, or you can say the bifurcation of Bengal that happened into 1905. So Lord Curzon decided to rearrange the provincial boundaries. A new province was constituted called East Bengal and Assam. So this is also correct. So both are correct here. Who prepared CR formula to remove the political deadlock between Muslim League and Indian National Congress? So this CR formula was given by Raj Gopalachari, C. Raj Gopalachari. What is CR formula that came into 1944? The League was to endorse the Indian demand for independence and to cooperate with the Congress in formation of provincial interim government for transitional period. And at the end of the war, a commission would be appointed to demarcate the districts having a Muslim population in absolute majority, and in those areas plebiscite to be conducted on all inhabitants, including the non-Muslims, on basis of adult suffrage. Third condition was all parties would be allowed to express their stance on the partition and their views before the plebiscite. In the event of separation, a mutual agreement would be entered into safeguarding essential matters such as defense, communication, commerce, and for other essential services. So there should be the mutual agreement between these matter. The transfer of population, if any, would be absolutely on the voluntary basis. So transfer of population according to CR formula, what to be done on the voluntary basis. Sixth condition, the term of the binding will be applicable only in case of full transfer of power by British to Government of India. So these all were to be applicable in case British India was transferring the full power to Government of India. Next one, the rise and growth of economic nationalism in India. This is written by Bipin Chandra. Written by Bipin Chandra. Which of the following temple is also known as Khajuraho of Vidarbha? So this is Markandeswar temple. Markandeswar temple. So here you can see the picture. Markandeswar temple on the bank of river Venganga, Gadchiroli, Maharashtra. So this is the temple. This is also known as Khajuraho of Vidarbha. Next one. Given below are two statements labeled as assertion and reason. Assertion, Akbar like Shershah tried to regulate the currency of the state, correct? Reason, as in Shershah currency, the chief copper coin of Akbar's time was dam. No, this is wrong. Shershah Suri standardized rupiah, setting the weight around 180 grains or 11 grams of silver. So not copper coin was prominent during the Shershah currency, so it was silver coin. So A is true, but R is false. Next one, arrange the following battles in chronological order and select the correct answer. Battle of Sarnal. So this was fought in 1572 between Mughals and Muhammad Hussain Mirza. So this was in 1572. Battle of Wilgram, that is in 1540 between Humayun and Shershah. Battle of Dharmat, we have seen that it is in 1658 and it is between Aurangzeb and Dara Shikoh. Battle of Jazayu, this is in 1707. So this was war of succession after the Aurangzeb death. So fourth will be the last and second will be the first. So A is our correct answer. Next one, with reference to Hat Yog, which the following statement is are correct. Hat Yog was practiced by Nath Panthis. This is correct. Hatha Yoga technique was also adopted by Sufis. This is also correct. So both are correct here. Next one, which one of the following is not the characteristic of ICTA system? ICTA was a revenue collection system. This is correct. Siyasatnama was the source of information for ICTA system. This is also correct. Revenue from ICTA was directly deposited in Sultan's account. No, this was not directly deposited, but it was assigned to the officer, nobles and soldiers. So this is not correct. Mukti was supported to maintain troops out of the revenue collected from the Ikta. This is also correct. So this Ikta system was introduced by Iltutmish. and ikta were assigned to the officers, noble and soldiers. Next one, which of the following is not correctly matched? So we have books and we have writers. Tabakat in Masiri by Minhaj us Siraz Juzjani. Yes, this is correct. Tariq e Firuz Shahi by Shams A. Siruz Alif. That is also correct. Tughlaq Nama. So this is written by Amir Khusro in 1320, not by Ibn Battuta. So this is not correct. So Tughlaq Nama is by Amir Khusro. Humayun Nama by Gulbadan Begum. This is correct. Next question. In which year was the Native Marriage Act passed? So this was in 1872. Indian Christian Marriage Act or Native Marriage Act was passed in 1872 during the Viceroyalty of Northbrook. So the tenure of Northbrook was 1872 to 1876. Match list 1 with list 2, list 1 movements and list 2 the year. Pabna movement. This is peasant movement against Jamidar in Bengal. So this is started, this happened between 1873 to 1885. Ika movement, this movement was also peasant movement in Awadh region, and this is during 1922. Then Santhal, this is tribal movement in Jharkhand. This happened in 1855 to 56, just before the 1857 revolt. Tana Bhagat, this is also a tribal movement in Chota Nagpur region, and that is in 1914. 1914. So if we want to match in chronological order, so here you can see that Santhal movement around 1855, then Pabna movement 1873 started, then it is Tana Bhagat 1914, then it is Ika movement during 1922. Next one, which of the following is not correctly matched? So we have events and the corresponding years. Indian Navy Act that came into 1927. This is correct. Civil disobedient movement started in 1930. This is also correct. Second Roundtable Conference 1931. This is also correct. The Communal Award, this was given in 1932. So not 1933. So this is wrong. That's why this is the correct answer. Next one, arrange the following events in chronological order. Appointment of Simon Commission that happened in November 1927. Jallianwala Massacre, this is on 13th April 1919. Mahatma Gandhi Dandi March started on 12th March 1930. Death of Firoz Shah Mehta, this is on 5th November 1915. So in this way is our answer 4213. Next one, the trial of officers of INA was held in 1945, and that is on Red Fort, Delhi. Red Fort, Delhi. Next one, given below are two statements. One is assertion and other reason. Assertion, the Asiatic Society of Bengal was established in the period of Warren Hastings, and he modestly declined the offer of presidentship of that learned body in favor of Sir William Jones. Reason, Warren Hastings was himself a great scholar and an ardent Orientalists who used to encourage the study of Sanskrit, Persian, and Arabic. So this is correct. This is also correct. But you see that they are the reason is mismatching with the reason of assertion. So that's why the reason is not correct explanation. So B is our correct answer. Asiatic Society of Bengal was founded in 1784 during the Warren Hastings tenure. Next one, with reference to national calendar, which of these statements are correct? The national calendar of India is based on Vikram era. The national calendar is adopted from January 26, 1950. No, both are wrong here. So neither one nor two are correct. National calendar of India is based on Saka era. So this Saka era started by Kanishka in 78 CE. So our national calendar is based on Saka era, and starting that started in 78 CE. National calendar along with Gregorian calendar adopted on 22nd March 1957. So this is adopted on 22nd March 1957. Next one, in which year was accounting separated from auditing and comptroller and auditor general's task only remained confined to auditing of the government accounts? So this happened post independence, and that is in 1976. So accounting is separated from the auditing, and CAG task remained confined to auditing of the government accounts, not accounting. Next one, who opposed planned development in India? So planned development is opposed by Mahatma Gandhi. So Gandhiji was suspicious of centralized planning because he was in fear of decentralization of the policies as well as the power. So he was in favor of the local self government. So you can also see the democratic decentralization due to the municipality, or you can say this third three tier government, that is the Panchayati Raj is one of the guardian principle. So democratic decentralization was his core principle. Gandhiji's core principle was democratic decentralization. So planned development is highly centralized. So Gandhiji was suspicious about this centralized planning, and he opposed this planned development in India.